We spend our entire lives chasing after brilliant moments, calling them perfect happiness today. But Vajrayana sees within the sweet honey lies the poison of decay and dissolution. This is the suffering of change. When joy ends, pain strikes, for nothing can be held forever. Behind the velvet curtain of illusion lie 8 iron pincers tightening around our souls. Today, let us look straight at the naked truth of the 8 sufferings to find liberation. The world-honored one taught that life is a vast ocean, yet it is an ocean of tears. The nature of the world is dukkha. Dissatisfaction is a fierce wave that never rests at all. Before entering 8 rivers of pain, we must understand 3 deep layers of suffering. Level 1 is the suffering of suffering. Pain lashes skin, hunger, cold, and bleeding wounds. Anyone with a body feels the brutal torture of the material world on their nerves today. Level 2 is deeper. Suffering of change is the betrayal of good things we thought eternal. Even as we laugh with joy, the seeds of painful separation have already begun to sprout. Worldly happiness is essentially just the temporary absence of suffering for a moment. The deepest level is all-pervasive suffering, silent shifts in every cosmic moment. Everything flows, nothing stands still. Impermanence is the pressure weighing down the consciousness. 3 layers of suffering weave an invisible but solid net covering all lives in 3 realms. From there, 8 sufferings appear, like 8 beasts tearing apart the human body and mind. Let us begin the painful journey from the first cry, the suffering opening human tragedy. Birth suffering is the soul's shock when entering the womb, not just the pain of labor delivery. Imprisoned in a cramped and dark womb for 9 months and 10 days, like lying in a dark dungeon. Hot and cold food causes pain to the fetus, like fire burning or ice pressing on tender skin. The moment of birth, skin touches air, stinging like thousands of needles piercing through the flesh. The cry of birth is a tragic scream signaling the start of a life of exile and hardship. The light soul is locked in a heavy shell of flesh, subject to cruel physical domination. To be born is suffering, for existence results from ignorance and lust from previous lives. Just born, humans are swept into the flow of time, heading straight towards fading and decay now. The second suffering strikes like a sandstorm wearing down rocks. It is the tragedy of old age. Youth is brilliant, like spring flowers, but soon withers, leaving behind endless regret and sorrow. Smooth skin now wrinkles like an old citadel wall, peeling off in patchy pieces everywhere. Sharp eyes now dim, seeing life through mist. Ears no longer hear the birds singing clearly there. Back hunches towards Mother Earth. Trembling legs can no longer support the body's heavy weight. Memory decays. Glorious memories of the past are now just patchwork fragments of remembering. Old age is the will's helplessness against step atoms, wanting to be strong, but the body refuses. Humans look in the mirror, not recognizing themselves, feeling strange and horrified by decay. Accompanying the weakness of old age is the third suffering, sickness, the enemy within. The body is a fragile mix of earth, water, wind, fire. Imbalance makes disease multiply. Dull pains gnaw at the heart through long nights, making sleep a luxury that is hard to reach now. Sudden illnesses strike like waterfalls, knocking down warriors, leaving them bedridden overnight. Sickness shows we do not master this body. It can betray us at any moment in time. The scariest loneliness is that no one, however loving, can bear the pain for us at all. We lie motionless, becoming a burden to loved ones. Self-esteem is hurt, the soul withers. At the journey's end, the greatest suffering appears, feared by all, the suffering of death. Death is the painful dissolution of four elements, like mountains collapsing within the body. Breath chokes, consciousness panics, realizing it will soon be stripped of all worldly possessions. The fear before the indefinite darkness of death is an extreme psychological torture. Wealth, fame, loved ones must be left behind. Humans depart in absolute naked loneliness. Death ends the sleepwalking life, but begins a new painful cycle of samsara again. Birth, old age, sickness, death are physical laws, but mental suffering is more persistent. Enter the fifth suffering, emotional tragedy. Suffering of separation from loved ones. Humans use love to seek safety, not knowing the deeper the love, the tighter the binding rope. Every meeting implicitly contains a farewell. There is no feast that does not end in the night. The pain when a loved one leaves is like someone using a knife to cut off a part of one's flesh. Sweet memories now turn into sharp thorns. Every recall is a time the heart bleeds in silence. We try to hold on, but how can mortal hands keep dust from slipping through fingers of fate? Separation also happens while alive, watching loved ones change while the heart twists in pain and grief. Opposite to separation is the sixth suffering, full of injustice. Suffering of hated ones, hating each other, not wanting to see faces, yet karma pushes us to live together now. It is a spouse sharing a bed, but different dreams or enemies always lurking to harm us. Living in hatred is like being caged with wild beasts. The mind is always tense and on guard. Every word is like an arrow, eyes like daggers, turning the home into a hell on earth today. Suppressed frustration creates toxins destroying the spirit, making humans bitter and cruel. Cannot escape because the rope of past karma ties us and them into a shared tragedy. When the mind is restless, we seek fulfillment only to stumble upon suffering of not getting. This is the pain of failed ambition, of desire burning the heart while reality denies. The poor beg for wealth, the lonely beg for love, but only see the moon's reflection in water. The gap between desire and reality is the measure of pain. The bigger the hole, the more pain. Disappointment turns humans into slaves of dreams that can never be reached or touched in this lifetime. We blame unjust fate without knowing that greed itself is the fire burning down our peace of mind. Those seven sufferings are just branches growing from a giant and most terrifying root below. That is the eighth suffering, source of all pain, suffering of the blazing five. Skandhas aggregates. The world-honored one taught we feel those seven pains because we carry the five skandhas burden. Five skandhas are form, feeling, perception, formation, consciousness, elements forming the self. Form aggregate is the physical body, gathering place of hunger, cold, sickness, and sexual lust. Feeling aggregate is joy and sadness coming like wind, yet making the mind wobble crazily. Perception aggregate is memory and delusion painting false illusions, leading us astray. Formation aggregate is the will's operation, urging us to create karma ceaselessly. Consciousness aggregate stores karmic seeds from beginningless time, waiting for conditions to sprout. Blazing means erupting powerfully, like a fierce fire burning the forest of wild consciousness. These 5 elements conflict, compress, change constantly, creating a roaring internal furnace. Grasping this body as real, grasping emotions as me, is the fuel feeding the fire of pain. All anxiety, fear, anger, greed arise from the wrong operation of the 5 skandhas now. Without this body and mind, how could there be birth, old age, death, or love and hate desires? Therefore, blazing 5 skandhas is the source, the headquarters commanding the army of suffering. We are like someone carrying a red-hot rock, thinking it is treasure, so we refuse to drop it. Recognizing 5 skandhas is the key turning point to transform from mortal to practitioner. When the fire of lust rises, view it as an objective phenomenon. Do not identify with it. 8 sufferings besiege, but in Vajrayana, suffering is also the material of enlightenment. Lotus only blooms from mud, just as wisdom only arises when we deeply understand pain. Instead of running away, turn back to look straight into the beast of suffering's eyes and smile. Contemplate that this is suffering, is truth, that acceptance will loosen the binding rope of pain. True masters teach to turn adversity into practice, transforming poison into sweet nectar. When sick, visualize bearing pain for all beings. Compassion will soothe the suffering within. When parting, contemplate emptiness. People coming and going are like clouds gathering in the sky. When hated, view the enemy as a great teacher, helping us practice the virtue of patience. Life is a sea of suffering, but the shore of enlightenment lies within our transformed consciousness. Just one moment of awakening to the dreamlike nature, a 1,000-pound burden turns to void. 5 skandhas still work, but no longer burn. They become tools to save the world miraculously. Escaping suffering is not finding a heaven to hide, but finding peace amidst the stormy winds. That is a solitary path each soul must walk alone. No one can walk it for us or carry us. Light the lamp of wisdom to illuminate the dark ignorance, finding the way out of the maze. Do not let life pass in vain. Turn today's suffering into bricks paving the road to freedom. To do that, we need a complete transformation in how we perceive the reality of the world. Contemplate that all suffering comes not from outside, but from the reaction of the inner heart. When it rains, the farmer rejoices for the rice, but the traveler is annoyed by wet clothes. The rain is inherently neutral. Suffering or joy depends entirely on the receiver's mind. 8 worldly winds blow. The strong person remains calm, while the weak bends down like a blade of grass. The Vajrayana secret lies not in destroying the ego, but expanding it to infinity. When the small self merges into the universe, personal pain becomes small as a dust particle. Look back at birth suffering. It is not a tragedy, but a rare chance to be a human being. The body is impure, but it is the only raft to cross the river of birth and death samsara. Instead of hating the body, cherish and use it as a dharma instrument for service. With old age suffering, see wrinkles not as decay, but as the imprint of wisdom and experience. Aging reminds us time is finite, urging us to let go of meaningless struggles in this life. With sickness suffering, treat pain as a stern messenger, warning about the imbalance within.
The burden of the stone is lifted.
It teaches humility that humans cannot arrogantly conquer nature forever and ever. With death suffering, the awakened see not an end, but a great transfer of energy and life. Like changing old clothes to wear new ones, death is just a door entering another realm of life. If the luggage of good karma is prepared enough, death will be gentle like a peaceful nap. Transform separation with loving kindness, love without possessing, so loved ones can be free. Welcome conditions that come, bid farewell to those that go. Unattached mind will never collapse. Transform hatred with compassion, pity those who harm us, for they are also ruled by ignorance. Forgiving others is not for them, but because we deserve to enjoy the serenity of soul. Transform unfulfilled desire with joy. Rejoice in what we have instead of suffering for lack. True happiness lies not in possessing more things, but in the ability to desire less things. Finally, to extinguish the blazing 5 Skandhas fire, we need the sharpest sword of equanimity. Let go of the ego concept. Observe the flow of emotions like watching clouds fly in the sky. We are not the black cloud of anger, nor are we the white cloud of joyful celebration. We are the deep blue sky behind, silent and tolerant, containing all without being stained. When dwelling in that sky of mind, 8 sufferings still exist, but no longer have power to harm. They become deep notes in the great symphony, enhancing the beauty of liberation. Life is a sea of suffering, but within it, the lotus of enlightenment waits to raise high. Do not run from pain. Walk through it to touch the eternal truth on the other side of life. Every pain is a step, every obstacle a test for our soul to mature and evolve further. Live deeply in every present moment, for the past is gone and the future has not yet arrived. Only the present is where we touch life and transform our own karmic forces effectively. When our mind is calm, hell turns into heaven, and thorns also turn into a soft cushion. Do not wait for death to knock to learn how to live. Awaken right in this very breath, my friend. See through 8, sufferings to fear nothing, to walk freely amidst the myriad waves of life. The lamp of wisdom is lit. Keep it from ever going out before the winds of impermanence. Remember, you are not a weak drop of water. You are the vast ocean within the drop of water. The power to transcend suffering is not far away. It lies right within your ability to know. Compassion for oneself and others is the most miraculous medicine to heal every wound. Life is a sea of suffering, but also a great school training the Buddhas of the future. Walk with a brave heart, face and accept everything, and then let go of everything completely. Absolute freedom is not the absence of pain, but the mind not being troubled by pain at all. That is Nirvana right in the world, silent joy amidst the changing currents of this life. The journey to the source has no end. Every step taken is already a complete return home. May all beings sinking in the sea of suffering soon find the light of enlightenment today. May those who hear this sow the Bodhi seed, escaping the burning of these 5 Skandhas forever. Let the soul be light, like a white cloud freely flying over the majestic, sacred snow peaks. All suffering will pass. Only love and wisdom remain with time forever and evermore. Live an awakened life so that every passing day is a meaningful and complete day for you. 8 sufferings are not prisons, but become 8 doors leading back to the pure mind within us. Do not look for happiness far away. It lies right in your mindful breath at this very moment. Smile at impermanence and let the flow of life take you back to the ocean of peace and calm. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha, Om Mani Padme Hum. If this video is meaningful, please share to spread good energy and subscribe to the channel now. As my breath